Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're spotlighting a coin that not only made history but also turned heads in the collector world, the United States of America Washington quarter dollar featuring the legendary Maya Angelou from the year 2022. Now, you might be thinking, this is just another modern quarter, right? Not so fast. What if I told you that this coin, which you might casually overlook in your spare change, could actually be worth a small fortune? Stick around, because today we're diving into why the Maya Angelou quarter is more than just pocket change. It's a piece of art, a symbol of progress, and, in some rare cases, a golden ticket for collectors. Let's start with a little background. In 2022, the U.S. Mint launched the American Women Quarters program to honor trailblazing women who made significant contributions to American history. Maya Angelou, a world-renowned poet, author, and civil rights activist, was the first woman to be featured in this historic series. Her appearance on the reverse side of the quarter marked a powerful and symbolic moment in U.S. coinage. The obverse of this coin still features George Washington, but with a fresh new look, an original design by Laura Garden Fraser, which had actually been proposed decades ago. The reverse showcases Maya Angelou with her arms uplifted, inspired by her poetry and her unbreakable spirit, set against a backdrop of a rising sun and a bird in flight. This design isn't just beautiful, it's deeply meaningful, and that alone makes this coin special to collectors. But here's where things get even more exciting. Although millions of these coins were minted for general circulation, a select few came out with rare errors, mistakes that slipped through during the minting process. And it's these tiny imperfections that can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some of the rare errors found on the Maya Angelou quarters include die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, and struck-through grease errors. These might sound technical, but in the world of numismatics, they're like hidden gems. A double die, for example, means the design elements, like Maya Angelou's arms or the sun rays, appear slightly doubled, making the coin instantly unique. Off-center strikes, where the coin isn't perfectly aligned during minting, can also be extremely valuable when the error is significant. Then there are coins that were mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, like a quarter that was struck on a dime blank. Imagine holding something like that in your hand. These types of error coins are ultra-rare and can command incredibly high prices in the collector market. Now, if you happen to find one of these Maya Angelou quarters with a verified mint error, especially in mint state or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at something truly special. Collectors go wild for these kinds of coins, especially when they're tied to a historical figure as beloved and respected as Maya Angelou. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the value. There have been instances where a rare 2022 Maya Angelou Washington quarter with a significant minting error and in pristine condition has reached astonishing heights at auction. So if you're lucky enough to have one of these coins tucked away in a drawer or jangling around in your change jar, brace yourself, because one of these rare quarters has sold for as much as $87,000. Yes, you heard that right. $87,000 for a single quarter. It's amazing how a simple coin can carry so much history, beauty, and value, both emotionally and financially. That's the magic of coin collecting. So next time you get change at the store, take a closer look. You never know when you might be holding a treasure worth thousands. Top 2, we're diving into the story of one of the most meaningful and surprisingly valuable modern coins in U.S. history. The 2022 United States of America Washington quarter dollar featuring none other than Wilma Maniller. This coin may seem like just another quarter at first glance, but as you'll soon see, it's so much more than that. And if you stick around to the end, we'll reveal how one of these rare quarters reached an unbelievable value at auction. Let's talk about why this coin is turning heads in the collecting world. Released as part of the American Women Quarters program, the Wilma Maniller quarter honors the legacy of a groundbreaking leader. Wilma Maniller was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, a fierce advocate for Native American rights, and a true American icon. Her appearance on U.S. coinage marked a historic milestone, not just for the Cherokee Nation, but for indigenous representation across the country. The design is powerful. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see Wilma standing tall, looking confidently into the distance, wearing a traditional shawl, with the seven-pointed star of the Cherokee Nation beside her. It's more than just a tribute. It's a symbol of resilience, leadership, and cultural pride. And collectors instantly fell in love with the message this coin carries. But what makes this coin even more exciting for collectors isn't just the story. It's the mystery. While millions of these quarters were minted for everyday use, there are only a few out there that carry special features. Features that weren't supposed to happen. We're talking about rare minting errors. These tiny mistakes, which occur during the production process, turn regular coins into collector gold. Some of the known rare errors on the Wilma Maniller quarter include doubled dies, where parts of the design, like her name or the star, appear doubled. Then there are off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned and only part of it is visible, making the coin incredibly unique. Another sought-after error is the die chip, which can look like extra metal on the coin, especially around her profile or the lettering. Each of these errors increases the coin's rarity, and collectors will pay a premium for coins with these unusual features. There have also been a few wild cases where coins were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine finding a quarter-sized coin made of the metal used for dimes or even nickels. That kind of mistake makes headlines in the numismatic world. And if one of those coins also happens to be in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. Now, if you have one of these Wilma Maniller quarters with a verified mint error, especially one that's graded by a professional service and confirmed to be in near-perfect condition, you could be holding something truly extraordinary. Collectors aren't just after beauty. They want the story, the rarity, the uniqueness, and this coin delivers on all three. Here's the part you've all been waiting for. Believe it or not, one of these rare Wilma Maniller quarter dollars, featuring a major minting error and in excellent condition, has been valued in the collector market at an astonishing $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. $85,000 for a single quartered SO. The next time you're sorting through your change or checking that pile of coins in your kitchen drawer, don't overlook the Wilma Maniller quarter. Take a close look. Who knows, you might be holding one of the rarest modern coins in the United States. Top 3, we're diving into a modern quarter that has stirred up a lot of excitement in the numismatic world. It's bold, it's meaningful, and in some rare cases, it's shockingly valuable. We're talking about the 2023 United States Washington quarter dollar featuring none other than Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, you might have seen this coin in your change and thought nothing of it. But trust me, this is not your average quarter. This is a coin that tells a powerful story. A coin that collectors are racing to find. And at the end of this video, you'll hear just how much one rare version of this coin was worth. So make sure you watch closely. Let's start with what makes this quarter so special. In 2023, as part of the groundbreaking American Women Quarters program, the U.S. Mint honored Eleanor Roosevelt, former First Lady, diplomat, human rights advocate, and one of the most influential women in American history. She was a fearless voice for justice and equality, and her leadership extended far beyond the White House. The design on this quarter captures her spirit beautifully. The reverse features Eleanor standing with confidence, a book in one hand, symbolizing her intellect and dedication to education, with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights subtly referenced in the background. This nod to her work with the United Nations is a reminder of her global impact. The obverse, as usual, showcases the refreshed portrait of George Washington, created by Laura Garden Fraser, adding a touch of classic artistry to a modern message. But here's where it gets really exciting for collectors. While millions of these coins were struck for general circulation, only a tiny fraction came out with rare minting errors, and that's where the real treasure lies. These minting anomalies might be invisible to the casual eye, but to collectors, they're pure gold. Some of the most sought-after Eleanor Roosevelt quarters feature double die obverse errors. That means parts of the lettering or design, like her name or the inscriptions, appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These coins are extremely rare and instantly more valuable. Other known errors include off-center strikes, where the entire design is slightly shifted to one side, creating a striking and unique look. Then there are die chips and cracks, little bits of extra metal that form during production and can make a coin one of a kind. And let's not forget wrong planchet errors, where the coin is mistakenly struck on a metal blank intended for a different denomination. Imagine a quarter struck on a dime planchet. That kind of error is not just unusual, it's practically a golden ticket in the coin world. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Collectors today are more passionate than ever about coins that tell a story and reflect social progress. And the Eleanor Roosevelt quarter fits that mold perfectly. It honors a woman who broke barriers, stood for human dignity, and helped shape modern America. Owning a rare version of this coin isn't just about the metal. It's about holding a piece of that legacy in your hand. Oh, how valuable can one of these rare Eleanor Roosevelt quarters actually be? Well, if you happen to find one with a significant mint error, and especially if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition and graded by a top-tier service, the value can be absolutely jaw-dropping. In one remarkable case, a rare 2023 Eleanor Roosevelt Washington quarter with a major minting error and near perfect grading was valued at an incredible $83,000. Yes, that's right. 83,000 US dollars for a single quartered SO. Next time you get change at the grocery store, take a second look. Flip through that old coin jar. You never know. You might be holding onto a piece of American history that's worth far more than 25 cents. Top 4, we're talking about a modern quarter that carries an extraordinary legacy, a piece of space history, and for a few lucky collectors, an astonishing price tag. Get ready, because we're diving into the 2022 United States Washington quarter dollar featuring none other than Dr. Sally Ride. Now, this isn't just any quarter. This coin is part of the U.S. Mint's American Women Quarters program, a powerful series honoring groundbreaking women who made lasting contributions to our nation's history. Dr. Sally Ride was the first American woman to travel into space, and her achievements inspired generations to reach for the stars, literally and figuratively. The design of this coin is absolutely inspiring. On the reverse side, you'll see a brilliant depiction of Dr. Ride next to a window on the space shuttle, gazing at the Earth from orbit. The details are stunning, from the curve of the planet to the glint in her eye that captures a sense of wonder and courage. It's more than just currency, it's a tribute to human potential, science, and progress. And while this coin circulated widely, as with many modern mintings, a select few left the mint with incredibly rare errors. And that's where things get exciting, because those tiny mistakes can turn this 25-cent piece into a collector's dream. Let's talk about the rare features that can make this coin extremely valuable. First up, double die errors. These occur when the coin is struck more than once by misaligned dies, causing parts of the image or text to appear doubled. On a Dr. Sally Ride quarter, that could mean a doubled inscription, a distorted outline of the shuttle, or even a duplicated Earth detail. These are very hard to find and highly prized by collectors. Then there are off-center strikes. These occur when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. The result? A unique and visually striking coin that stands out instantly and skyrockets in value. Another sought-after rarity is the die crack or die chip error. These look like tiny raised lines or extra blobs of metal on the coin, often found near Sally's face, the stars, or the letters. These are unintentional, one-of-a-kind quirks that make every error coin truly unique. And then we have the rarest of the rare, wrong planchet errors. That's when a quarter design is struck on a metal blank mint for another coin, like a dime or nickel. Imagine holding a Sally Ride quarter that's smaller or thinner than normal. That kind of minting error is incredibly scarce, and collectors will pay top dollar to own it. So why does all of this matter? Well, the answer is simple. Collectors crave coins that combine history, design, and rarity. And when those three elements come together, as they do with the 2022 Sally Ride quarter, especially with an error, you're not just holding change. You're holding a piece of American innovation, a tribute to a pioneer, and possibly a major payday. Which brings us to the big question, how much can one of these rare quarters really be worth? If you're lucky enough to find a 2022 Dr. Sally Ride Washington quarter with a significant error, especially in uncirculated or mint condition, and it's been authenticated by a reputable grading service, you might be in for an incredible surprise, because one of these rare error coins has been valued at an eye-widening $83,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. 83,000 United States dollars for a single quarter. So the next time you're going through your pocket change, keep your eyes open. That shiny 2022 quarter with Drive Sally Ride on it might just be more than a tribute to space history. It could be your ticket to an unexpected fortune. Top 5, we're traveling back to 1974 and taking a closer look at the United States Washington quarter dollar from that very year. Now, at first glance, the 1974 quarter might seem like any other worn-down coin from the past. You've probably handled dozens of them in your lifetime, or maybe you've even tossed one aside without thinking twice. But let me tell you, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. And if you stick around to the end, I'll reveal how one of these seemingly ordinary quarters ended up being valued at an unbelievable amount. Let's start with a little bit of background. The Washington quarter had been in circulation since 1932, honoring the nation's first president with a design that became a staple in American coinage. The 1974 edition was minted during a time of economic transition in the United States, just before the coin world changed forever with the country's shift away from copper-heavy coins. This particular year is interesting for collectors because it sits right on the edge of that change. In fact, many people mistake the 1974 quarter as common, but there are a few that stand out as absolute rarities, and that's where things get exciting. What makes some 1974 quarters so valuable? It all comes down to minting errors and special variants, those rare little flukes in production that turn an ordinary coin into a high-value collectible. Some of these errors include double die obverse, where parts of the design like the word liberty or in God we trust appear doubled. These can be hard to spot with the naked eye but jump out under magnification. And to collectors, that doubling is like striking gold. Another type of valuable error is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted and not properly centered on the coin. The more dramatic the shift, the more rare and the more valuable the coin becomes. Some 1974 quarters have even been found with partial collars, which gives them a weird, misshapen edge. These kinds of minting defects make the coin totally unique. But the rarest of all? That's the legendary wrong planchet error. A few 1974 quarters are believed to have been struck on planchets meant for other coins, such as nickels or even foreign coins, which means they have a completely different weight, metal composition, or thickness than standard quarters. These are incredibly rare and highly sought after by serious collectors because they're so unusual, and they almost never make it out of the mint. But a few did. Now here's the part that's really going to grab your attention. While most 1974 quarters are worth their face value, if you happen to come across one of these error coins, especially in mint state condition, untouched by circulation, and verified by a professional grading service, its value can skyrocket. Combine rarity, condition, and historical appeal, and you've got the perfect formula for a high-end collector's item. And just how high are we talking? Well, one rare and exceptionally preserved 1974 Washington quarter dollar, featuring a dramatic minting error, was valued in the collector's market at a jaw-dropping total of $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. 80,000 United States dollars for a single quarter from 1974. If you've got an old coin jar collecting dust, now is the perfect time to dig through it. Look carefully at those quarters. Check the dates. Examine the edges. You never know, there could be a fortune hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin discoveries, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on a potentially life-changing find. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and some are worth far more than you ever imagined. Happy collecting, and good luck hunting!